Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for always coming back. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. If you want to get notified, like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope you do, because, you know. So today I wanted to do a very short video on how to choose your correct foundation shade every single time. So there are a lot of areas where you can go completely off track when you're trying to buy your right foundation shade. Take two brands and there might be a tan in both of them, and both those colors might be like absolutely entirely different. So it's a little bit tricky. So I'm gonna give you some of the obvious tips I can give in the beginning and then move on to the more complex stuff, if that makes sense. There are basically two things that you need to consider when buying your foundation. One is your shade and the other is your undertone. Shade is basically light, medium or dark. Most people know where they fit in, and then comes your undertone, and that's where most people go crazy and just give up. Most people know this, but I still want to just put it out there. There are three undertones. You can either be warm, neutral or cool. So warm is when you have more of a yellow showing through your skin. I'm a warm toned person. When brands name their foundation something to do with golden or like sun or I don't know, honey or something, it's basically a warm toned foundation. And then you have cool toned. Cool toned is when there is more of pink in your skin, and neutral is when you have a mix of both warm and cool. So something that people have been doing for a long while to figure out what undertone they have is to check out the veins on their wrist. So if you have a cool undertone, the veins will appear blue or like purple, and if you have a warm undertone, then the veins will appear green. And the lucky neutral people will basically see a mix of both, like a teal colored vein. So foundations are expensive. Nobody wants to spend that much money and end up with a foundation that does not match their skin. So before buying a foundation, especially if it's like a high-end foundation, I will do some research. I will watch some of the reviews, the color swatches done by other people, so that I get an idea of where my color might be. Now, given the circumstances, most people are buying most things online. So if you're planning to buy a foundation online, I would suggest go to foundation.com. This was a recent discovery for me. I did not know about this. So this will work for you if you have already found that perfect foundation shade for yourself in any brand. So for example, if you've already found your perfect foundation shade in the Maybelline Fit Me range, you can just go to that website, enter that information, and also enter which foundation you're looking for to buy, like from which brand and which range, and then they'll give a almost an accurate match for yourself. For best results, they do recommend you put in two foundation shades that are a perfect match for you. They almost always give a really good match, so please do check it out. So now if you're going to a physical store to buy a foundation, then one of the most obvious things that you can do is carry your foundation that you've been using and which is a good match for yourself to the store. I know that sounds like, that's your big advice, but honestly, how many of us actually do it? We do kind of feel like a little bit ashamed, like, oh my god, like, is it cringy? Like, we don't do that. But honestly, we're spending our money. We can do whatever the hell we want to make sure that we're buying the right product. So just bring your foundation along with you, preferably something in a glass bottle so you can see what's inside, and try to match it, like look at it and match it. If you don't want to swatch it on your face and all that, then I think this is the perfect way to do it. Ideally, you want your face to match with the rest of your body, and honestly, I have a really hard time doing that because my face is one color, my neck has like two colors going on, and the rest of my body is a lot more fairer than my face and my neck. So it is a task for me. So I just try and make it look like my head is not like a separate entity which has nothing to do with the rest of my body. So I find a common ground like that. You just want to keep that fluidity happening between your face and the rest of your body. So I usually choose a foundation that blends into my neck nicely rather than just my face. Because see, nobody wants to put on like a full layer of makeup on their neck, right? Like, it's okay on the face, but on the neck, like, nobody wants to do that every day. Honestly, I don't like putting a lot of foundation on my neck. I just want it to like blend in, if that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure most people are like that. Like, nobody wants to have like a full-on foundation situation going on their neck. Also, if I'm wearing something like wider where you can see a little bit more of my body, you can clearly see that my body is way more lighter than my face, then I will usually, if I'm going out and stuff, I will use a lighter foundation, or I will mix in something lighter to my foundation just to make sure that it doesn't look very like contrasting. So if you're very like picky like that, you want your whole entire like face, neck and body to look the same color, you might need to have like 2 foundation shades. For me, when you look at it like this, it's fine, but as soon as you see my chest, you can understand that my chest is way more lighter than my neck and my face. And honestly, it's personal preference. I don't mind it. I want my skin to match my neck, and if your preference is that you want your face to match the rest of your body, then choose accordingly. Also, everybody knows if you end up choosing the wrong foundation shade, if it's too light, then you can always like bronze it up and make it work, and if it's too dark, just use a really light concealer to like bring it all together. I just wanted to show how I do my swatches if I'm going to a store to select my foundation. I will definitely swatch at least 3 shades. One that is lighter than what I think is correct, one that is darker than what I think is correct, and one that I think is correct. And I usually decide on those 3 shades based on like what I read online, based on the reviews I read, and also by just reading the names. Like you can figure out a lot from how brands name their shades. I know in some places people are still swatching foundations on their wrist. Please stop doing that. Also, the purpose of foundation is not to make you fairer. It is just to enhance your natural skin. Honestly, applying a very light foundation that does not match your skin tone makes you look ghostly. So I'm gonna do 3 swatches and show you guys. So I will apply the swatch from my jawline to the middle of my neck. That is swatch number 1. That is swatch number 2. And that is swatch number 3. Now I'm just going to blend it in with my fingers. As you can see, the first shade is not that bad of a match for my face, but when it comes to my neck, it's too light for my neck. So that's not acceptable. Moving on to the second shade. This one actually is a good match for my neck, but for my face, it's way too dark, so not applicable. Blending out the third one. We have a winner. Over here, you can't really even see the foundation, which is good because it has blended into my skin seamlessly. So I will obviously choose the third one because that is what ties my face and my neck together. And always do that. Please make sure it blends in with your neck and your face. A lot of times we just look at our face, which is not enough. You want to take a step back and just look at the whole picture and make sure that it's all blending in well. So that's my 2 cents on choosing your right foundation shade. I hope you guys found this informative. If you did, please let me know in the comments and hit that like button, and also please subscribe to my channel. That's it, you guys. Thank you for watching till the end. Bye guys.